I'm a Chicano, homie. You know what I'm saying? Mexican American, homes.
Oh, you said proud and loud.
All right, so this is very funny. This is very entertaining. 95 Rucas, unfavorable opinion. Disclaimer is going to upset a lot of people. This, I would say this is what, Chicano video part 2?
Yes, because we did
years ago, how many years ago was that?
This was like 3 years ago when we talked about our definition of what Chicano
You
is.
did a video with our definition.
Yes.
It went viral. People were sharing it. They were stitching it.
We got so much hate for it.
Yes.
All right.
Some other lady's page got over millions of views.
Yes.
So
and some people weren't tagging us.
Yes. Let's go back into so he's saying, I'm a Chicano. I'm a proud Mexican American. All right. That's what a Chicano is.
But then the man went in there.
Then
and asked
him.
He says, "Are you Chicano first or a Mexican?" And he said, "I'm 100%. I'm Mexican." And the guy's like, "Well, Mexican means that you're representing Mexico, and Mexican American means that you're very proud to be from America."
So this poor boy, he's young. He just didn't know how to answer the question when it got broken down. So here's our breakdown.
And then he said he was both. He said he was both.
Who cares? Let's get into it. So Chicano, we're gonna go, and then okay. Then you got the fucking the college people, the college fuck that shit, fuck
all the
that
professors.
Shit. Yeah, man-made. Get the fuck out of here. So it's Chicano, but who cares? Bueno, this is just for our entertainment,
it's just our opinion.
Chicano, yes, you do come from Mexican parents, from Mexican descent. So you're
we're not talking about we're gonna go back ancient history.
No indigenous,
everyone goes back to
fuck all that shit. We're talking about now.
We're talking about let's start with your great grandparents or your grandparents.
Let's start from the 80s. That's where we're from, okay? Let's start there. Let's start there, okay? Everybody else wants to go in. I'm not interested. Not interested. Mexica, que eso, que whatever. Go in.
And then all the Spaniards and all that mixture. We're not
whatever.
talking
Who cares?
about
Let's just go from our time.
Yes.
I was born in the 84.
87.
Okay? Our parents were born in the 50s, okay? Our grandparents were born in the 30s, okay? So let's get into that. So, like we said, Chicano, Mexican American descent only.
On both sides of your family.
On both sides of the family, okay?
People.
But you have to be born here.
In the United States.
Now, when we did the last video, we had some people asking a bunch of questions. Okay, you can be naturalized, and then you can be called a Chicano. Yes, that means que llegaste sin papeles. That means you came here.
But let's
clear that because remember we have that too.
Yes.
So that is possible. It is possible for you to come as a kid. You cross the border.
So let's start where people don't understand how we're Chicanos because they're like, your dad wasn't born in Mexico.
Because we always get this question as kids, like, so then your dad's white?
No.
Our dad también viene de gente mexicana.
His grandparents came from Mexico, from Monterrey.
Yeah.
And then from there, they all settled in
Texas.
Then they had their kids, right?
Yes.
It was two families because that's the grandparents on both sides.
Okay, and now so let's get into that. Okay, so my dad's grandparents, okay? Then his parents were born here. Then he was born here. And then we were born here, right? So,
but he married her mom, and she came from Mexico.
So our mom is a Mojada.
She came the right way.
Well, she's a Mojada because what we mean by Mojados, okay, again, growing up with a Tejano dad, Mojado was just a word to say Mexican. Okay?
Born there.
Like, you're here, whatever. It wasn't racial, nothing. Now everyone wants to get all offended, whatever. That's just the lingo we grew up, okay?
Yes,
you can
we have videos about that.
And that's fine. But let's stay on the topic. All right? So, yes. Okay? So our mom was Mojada, pero ella vino arreglada. Thank God, she never had a cross. She didn't have to struggle the way most people struggle.
So we can't relate to that struggle,
right? 12 hours or whatever and horrible stories.
Yeah.
So that's not my struggle. That's not our struggle. We can't relate to that. Yes, it's a sad thing.
Where people are like, your parents came for a better life. My dad was already here.
And then people get mad at us, right? About, then you don't support your people and because you're not supporting
We've heard it all.
Yes. Now you're seeing what's going on now.
So let's stay back
on Chicano. So that's what a Chicano is, okay? So if your mother or father is Salvadorian and your mother is Mexican, you're not Chicano.
You're not.
Okay? If you're Honduran and you're naturalized, whatever, you're not Chicano. If you're, because then we have
you're white and Mexican, you're not Chicano.
You're not.
I mean, people don't watch too much Hollywood movies.
You're Mexican American. That does not take the fact that you were Mexican American. That does not take the fact away that, maybe you did grow up, with the culture in your life where there's some Mexican Americans that are half white. And I think that they're more Mexican than us because they go to Mexico every year. And that's the difference about being a Chicano like us. Is that, you have Chicanos who are children of the migrants who cannot go back. And so, yes, they've never been in Mexico. They don't know
They've always clashed with us. The kids
because they don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get why, wait, we're like the same, but your dad's
Or we've
here.
met people opposite of us. The dad is the paisa and the mom is the Chicana.
Yes.
And we still don't.
And we don't connect because they're still being raised with that creencia mexicana.
Because I'm, like, again,
in our
we've
words,
said that.
creencia mojada, right?
And like we've said, the man rules the house and all that.
That's our opinion.
So that's why our dad was Chicano, and Spanish was our second language. And a lot of people get pissed off
because Spanish is their first language.
And so it's just so
there's
much.
so many layers and layers.
And there's always
layers.
people talk about hatred within the culture. Of course, I don't think it's going to change, but Chicanos and Mexicans very different. However you do come from the same, Mexicanos.
Yes.
But people keep arguing that no, we're all the same. We're not. It's different. It's different.
Yeah, no, we're not the same. We're not. And I don't mean because we're better, because we're
no, not at all.
Not what I mean.
But Mexicans, I've noticed when, the ones from Mexico, they'll be like, you're not, some, not all. Yeah. They'll be like, you're not Mexican porque no naciste aquí, blah, blah, blah.
Tú eres gringa. And then I'm like, what? How you know?
And then you got the ones over here.
And then you got the ones that are like, I'm white passing.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's a mixture. But we're talking about Chicanos, okay? We're talking about like this guy, the video where he was all messed up. So yes, okay? I didn't know that so many people really don't know. I guess the more I look into it, a lot of people don't even resonate.
And they don't
resonate with Chicano. They don't use that term.
So, for example, also to keep the Chicano going, keep it within the culture. So, what? You went and married a Chicano.
Yeah.
Just like yourself.
Right.
And then your kids are Chicano. And then that's how it goes. But if your kids go and get with someone out of the culture, that kid's not Chicano.
Yeah.
So that's just where people just, they don't really think about it. But
they don't think about it. And no one's checking paperwork.
We always wanted to keep it Chicano growing up.
But now, you got these college courses, these professors saying that, you can only be so many generations, this, that. So, yes. Can you be part of Chicano culture? Yes, absolutely. But that's the thing, too.
Yes.
Many people confuse Chicano culture with Cholo culture.
But you
understand,
two different things. But I think throughout all the years now, it's combined, and I guess that's just what it is now. The culture there's going to be gangbanging in it. It just all comes together.
Okay.
Prison culture, all that just seems like that's what it seems like. It all comes down to it now.
It's not about just being brown soul and standing up for your rights.
No, and then
standing up for yourself and not being oppressed.
No, because everyone talks about it's a mentality, like what they heard Miklo saying. So the whole Hollywood movie stuff, yes.
Emily.
But that's how people really think about it, and they get pissed off. But this is just our opinion. Yeah,
you're not gonna change my mind. And I mean, you can leave comments. That's
and
fine.
again, like I'm saying, when you're saying, okay, people get upset and they're like, well, I'm American first, but you're Chicano. Okay, but on those papers when you go fill out applications, it's always said Mexican American. Why doesn't it say American Mexican? And some people
so
you can't be American saying
first.
that.
I mean, you can be American first. Technically, you should be American first, but the name is Mexican American, Asian American.
And they asked this guy, are you Chicano first? So whoever the guy is asking the question, that's just kind of stupid. Like, it goes without saying Chicano. To me, I thought people understood. And you're just, you come from Mexican people. But he's like, I'm 100% Mexican. Then you're not Chicano then if you're going to keep using that in the same sentence.
Born in Mexico, you're not a Chicano, guys. Because that's the thing we got, too. We had that controversy, too, where they're like, it doesn't matter. That's all I know. I was brought here when I was 4 months old. It does not matter. You're not a Chicano. You're not a Chicano. Now, wait, like we said, though. This is just our opinion. You don't have to agree with this, Kate. But yeah, if you've been naturalized, you got papers now, you can be a Chicano because you were here small, you got the that's just our opinion.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that. But these terms, these labels, at the end of the day, does it make a big difference?
And my opinion, again, when you're Chicano, you don't rep the Mexican flag here in the United States. You just don't. Because we're not accepted.
Well,
but at the same time,
not only because you're not accepted, yes, that's right. But also because you don't really know any of that. Like, you're here. So
you're not ashamed of your roots.
I wouldn't say you assimilate, but you're American. What is American culture? Come on. Hamburgers, fries, hot dogs,
what they say.
4th of July, Flag Day.
But then you get the people saying, pues,
Labor Day.
Se creen gringas. No, not at all.
But that's what your culture is, though, Emily.
So I think now it's just a lot of things.
A lot of mixture, a lot of
So when I hear people say, I'm Chicano, but then right away they're like, Puro Mexico, and then to me, I already know where we stand.
Well, then
that's
you're a Chicano with mojada creencias.
That's another one.
Mexicano.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Too many layers, but yes, thank you so much.